Hi everybody, it's Matt from Invexed Trade. It is Sunday, the 2nd of August 2020, just coming up to 5:30. Market is closed. We're just having a quick review now of all the charts before the week starts. Always like doing on the weekend when there's no pressure, there's no open trades, price isn't moving. You can really have a look at it and see where we go with it. So what we had last week was some big moves across most indices. I think we always had this level here, the 261 from this move going up. So we had our count go there. 261 is where we took profit and we entered some shorts, and we advise everybody to take shorts actually at those levels. A couple of things in play we want to bring to your attention. Firstly, I think we can probably agree we've got here is a left shoulder. Oh, left shoulder there. We have what I would deem to be a head there. Then we had the right shoulder, which was here. So from a chart pattern perspective, we had a head and shoulder, and this pink box is a neckline. So left shoulder up, head down, up, right shoulder, and then back down, crash through the neckline, crash through all the moving averages. So yeah, we were expecting that, fairly happy with how that move played out. What we're also looking at to get our targets that we came on, we had a 1, A, B, C, 2, 3, a 4, and a 5 wave move down, then an ABC. So to me, this was either an A leg, okay, so ABC, or probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move, okay, so 4, 5. So I'll talk you through that. So we've got a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, which was probably 1 or A down. At this moment, we don't know. We just know that the move was down. So we've got A or 1 here. It's either a B or a 2 there, and then it's either a 3 or a C. So one of the reasons, or one of the things we use with Elliott Wave is obviously Fibonacci to get a target. If we're agreeing that this is probably, let me get that right, probably a wave 1 where I've put the 100% here, okay, then we put the 0% at the 2. So there we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. Okay, we then have this next move down. Now you always put the 100% on the 1, 0% back on wave 2. It then calculates the move down. So when it goes past a 261, you're almost guaranteed it's going to go to the 423. And it did. We hit that. It's perfect. Because the other thing we got this nice triangle, which you can see in a wave 4 before final move down. Now this could potentially be a bear flag. It's broken down. Now it's retested it late Friday just before close, retested, and it could go down. Some of the extra tools we're looking at here, this is a key tool right now. Because what you get quite often in a ending diagonal or the end of a move is you'll get the divergence. So on the OSMA here, you can clearly see this was the low. Okay, so as far as the indicators go and RSI go, this was the low here, and the price perfectly at this point actually the price perfectly hit the 423, and that was the low as far as this concerns. What happens then is it's consolidated in a triangle. Now it's broken through. So the question we've got and we're asking ourselves is, well, is this going to be a continuation down? If it was, we would expect to see the OSMA and the RSI beginning to drop. This final bar here is interesting because it has turned, but we just need confirmation. So what I would say to you is, at the moment, downtrend, you do not want to be entering a new short for swing trade. Scalping, maybe, yeah. But for a swing trade, we've basically had a 1,000 pip drop. So this was when you short. You don't wait and then it drops 1,000 point and then you short. You want to wait. So some of the things we're looking at, do we go long? Well, this was interesting because if we got an ABC, then obviously it will go back up to 70% or 60, between 61.8 and 70.7 of this move. So what I'll do is I'll put a fib at the top, move that down. Let's just do it, separate the levels, otherwise it get a bit congested. If we have a new move up, it will probably go to this kind of region. So this region, then a 2, then a 3. Okay. Interestingly, if the move continues down, we could have, at the moment we've got a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5 up. And then we're going back down again. We should see, you know, 50% retrace would take it bizarrely to the neckline. Now with a head and shoulders pattern breakdown, you get generally it breaks straight through, then it comes back up and tests it from below. Okay, when we zoom out to give us some more clues, you'll see this beautiful channel. This channel was in play from the March lows, okay? So it's fairly significant. Again, it broke through, comes back up to test it, but the moving averages have come out of the channel. That is a huge sign that that move from March lows is finished. Not only just a 261, in fact, it's, the moving average has come through and then you've had a big sell. Okay, now what's interesting is the levels it's come to is actually tie up very, very nicely with the area of congestion, if we want to call it that, which was basically pretty much week 2, 3, and 4 of June. So it actually came back to the levels. I think we looked at this was 1st and 2nd of July. So what's interesting is on Friday it was the 31st of July, and actually price has just gone back to test the levels that it was at the beginning of the month. So again, is there some funds being moved around by the money managers there? It's a question mark. We've had some really interesting levels. So that's what we're looking at the moment. If I want to sell the market, I don't want to sell it down here. Potentially there is a setup if we look at that triangle. You know, we could zoom in on the hourly one, and we can see, you know, how's this looking now. But to me, I don't like that. After we've dropped 1,000 pips already, yeah, okay, I'm looking to sell, but I would much rather come back up to this neckline, which is probably going to be where the 100 moving average is going to be. It's also 50% retrace of the whole move. And again, we at this point, whilst it's broken through the channel, you know, so it should be fairly bearish. There is no guarantee that it just keeps going straight down. We've got to trade with what we have in front of us. There's no point guessing. So we're looking for a setup. You know, preference ideally, now it's broken through the channel, moving averages are lower. What we're looking to do is sell the market. But do I want to be selling out 1,000 pips? Ideally, what I would like to see happen is it comes back up here. Could come there. It could even go slightly higher. So where are we? If I just move that, it could obviously sell back down there. That's one of the setups. It might be too obvious that. So the other setup is it comes up here. Now what I want to bring your attention to is the next level of what was support. So a lot of people buying here. You know, they probably thought it was consolidating. A lot of people think, oh, it's consolidating, then it's going to move back up. And it didn't, it just dropped through. Now, at no point has it gone back to test that area. So the fact that it ties in with that 78.6 and that support, that could be an area. So price should come back up. We'll have a look here. This is a potential sell setup, but I would be very aware that it could come here. You know, and certainly this region is where I would be looking at entries. I think it's probably going to be there. What can happen is, again, see this line here, actually. If I just draw that all the way across, you will see that price got above that, where the head is, and it really didn't like it. Bang, 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 bang. It sold up, cut through all the moving averages, cut through the rising support levels from March, and it's just sold. So we know that this level, which let's just put it on there, is 13,000 actually. So the 13,000 was huge resistance. So again, that line, if I go all the way across, it's funny how that ties in again with this purple or pink box. So for sells, I'm looking up here. The key will be whatever happens when it does bounce and then retraces. We'll be looking at the next bounce, whether that gets a sharp sell and creates a new low, or actually whether this is, and it could well be, a 1, 2, and this is actually the 3, a 4, and a 5. Then we retrace up for wave 2 top, and then we get a huge wave 3 down. Now that would not surprise me at the moment, because like I say, if I zoom right back out, our real target is actually down here, 11, between 11,355 to 11,100. That's our real target. So that could be a new wave 1 down. We have wave 2 up, then we come wave 3 down. Of course, it could just have a lot of selling pressure and move down. But this, again, I'll highlight it on the chart. You will see there, that is the real. That's not been tested since price broke above. It's not been tested. So I'm looking ultimately for price to come down. So I hope that helps, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.